Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, this is the first session on the chapter Swing. Swing, we have two packages in Java which are which are used to design the interactive applications, user-friendly and interactive desktop applications. Basically, when a user want to create some application which are more interactive than simple command-based input, because user likes to enter the data through keyboard, through text fields, to drop down selections, something very interactive, like those are called graphical user interfaces. So Java has two built-in packages, which is java.awt and another is java x.swing. These are the two packages or libraries which provides some controls or components which are to use to build the graphical user interface applications. So these applications enables users to interact with the applications using graphical components. When I say graphical components are controls such as Windows, it is used to create some Windows based applications. So like we have some buttons, text box, labels, menus, dialog boxes, right? So these are the components, graphical components. I can say graphical components are controls which allows user to select the data, to enter the data, to interact with the applications, right? So instead of like simply command based console entering data through console command prompt, these are more interactive. So that there are two libraries, again the two packages, java.awt abstract window toolkit and javax.swing. So with this, using these libraries, we can build, I can create a design the simple graphical user interfaces programs, right, which are very basically user friendly and interactive. So this chapter will discuss about this one, very brief overview. Okay, here, so what are those components to build this one? The very first component called JFrame. Basically, JFrame is a window. It's used to create a window. Okay, and how do you create this one? This is very simple example is again JFrame, frame, new frame. So this is application. This is a class. Okay, this is a class available in JavaX dot swing package. So you can create. There are different ways to create the JFrame. The simple two ways you can say here: JFrame, new frame. I'm creating an object of JFrame as a frame name with some name of the frame window. I can say name of the window. There's a registration form, or you can create without name a title. You can say title. So this is one a frame, a window created, and there are more other components. We'll see this part like JLabel. Select text. It is a text only. Okay, that cannot be edited. It's a simple text like a label only. It's a label. It's a name, right? How do you create JLabel, new label? Enter the name, right? And there is a field, text field, allow user to enter a single line of text. You can enter the name like you entering your name. So this is text field. Similarly, this is how you create the text field. J text field, new text field, right? And you have password, J password field, J text area. We'll see this part. Okay, we'll see on this one. These are the components of swing. So using these components we can build a simple graphical user interfaces. So we have other components like buttons, combo boxes. Buttons used to like basically to create a action, to perform some command. You take the command, will perform some action, right? Clickable. When you click button, like save the program, close the program, right? Save the options, right? This is command based actions, perform actions when you click on the button. So how do you create? This is an example, J button. So every time you see J, this represent the swing. Okay, J button, button, name of the button, and the label of the button. What is the name here? This is a button. Submit is a object of the button. Here the name of the button, submit. So we can create combo box. Combo box creates a drop down list menu from user can use, which the user selects one item, right? A list of, it's not a list, this is a combo box, it is a drop down menu. You can say drop down list from where user can select one. We'll show you the example here. So how do you create? There are different ways. You check combo box. These are using the string type. I mean entering the string values here. Again, I can you can have empty, or you can have some items here. We'll see with the help of examples later. So we can have radio buttons, allow user to select one of the option from the group of choices, right? Basically used to select one of the options from the set of options as choices, basically like a gender. male, female, right? So we can have this radio button male, new radio button male. You can have create female like something. Now, to how do you make this group of apps? How do you make this group? By using button group, by using button group. Now here JD radio button and button group works together, right? So we need to add the object of radio button into the button group. We'll show you this example later. Okay. Checkbox allow user to select one or more independent options. These are not dependent, independent. So how do you create checkbox? Checkbox Java new. It's like a skills. You have checkbox. List of items, which is in the list we can select multiple items, but in the drop down we can select J combo box. We can select only one item. See the difference here. How do you create the list? This is the list you can create. Same you can create, just instead of combo box you just keep the replace with J list. Scroll pan, scrolling up, scrolling down. If you have more controls, more design, you can add scroll pan. And J panel, we'll talk about this J panel. This is a, it's like a container, right? So to organize, to add, group the components, right? It's like a sub container. So this is one thing. Let's see example here. Let's see a simple example. I created one graphical user interface, a program, a frame. So you see this registration form from the previous here. This is a frame, right? This is a, how do you create JFrame F new frame. This is a title. Okay. So this title has these components. So just example him explaining here. Enter name, enter password, address. So this is non-clickable. You cannot click, you cannot change. This is just a label. So they are called label, J label. These are all J labels. These are all J labels actually, right? So it is given here. Now you see this is single line of text. So this is a J text field. J text field. Now here it will hide the characters and password. Now this is J password field, not text field. It looks like a text field, but when you type the characters, any input, it will hide this. So it is J password field. And this is address text area. Multiple line of text. This is single line of text, multiple line of, you can have multiple lines here. Now this is a combo box. So you can have computer science, management information system, electrical, mechanical. You can have list of options, a list of items from where you can select only one item. This is looks like J combo box. Now these are radio buttons. These are all radio buttons. Option button. You can choose any one. You cannot have two. You cannot choose both. Now we have single, another multiple selection of item check boxes. These are called check boxes. And this is a list of items. This is a combo box. This is a list. This is a J list. You can have multiple. You can select Java. I can select Python. And the last, finally, this is a submit button, reset buttons. These are all buttons, and they are grouped together. And you see how did they add to this frame? These are all components are added to the frame. A frame consists container. Okay, a default container. There is a container. From the container you can add these frames components. These are frame components you can add into this, right? So we'll see this example later. Okay, one by one. Okay, we'll go with simple example. First we need to create the frame, empty frame, right? Let me show you this, the example here, the practical. So we create a class, my frame. Okay, so in this one you need to there are different ways. You can just say create here. Say you can just say J frame equal to new J frame. Just write down the name here, something, my frame, my form, or my form. Just a simple name, semicolon. But it requires, you see, a package to import java.x.swing. This is in the package here, right? Yes. The frame is created. All right, so now simple frame is created, but the frame by default it is invisible. You cannot see. When you run the program will run. It's time to run the program. Program is running, but nothing is there, right? Nothing to show. So I can say here frame dot visible, set visible. So this make as true. This is a method to make the frame to visible, right? Run the file again. You can see here, you can see the frame, small frame here. The size is small. This is the frame. The name of the frame is my form. It's a title actually. It's a title, my form. So when you close, now it has three options: minimize, maximize, and close. So when you close, it will just disappear, but still it is hide. It will not close. It will hide. So this should be here. You see, should be still running. So I just close this program must stop here. So there are different methods of this one. Now say frame dot. So you see here in the frame dot, I want to say here size, because I want to set this as size. You can see that, and the size will take two values: dimension. Either take the dimension plus constructor, width and height. Let me go with this width and height. For example, I have width is 4 and height is 400. Just exact size I want to give. So if you want to see, I just run the file again. It will give you the, and it's always appear on the left of the screen, left top of the screen. Now it is showing a, now this is empty here, empty frame. Now close, still is not fully closed. I need to close from here. Run the program, stop. So how to close this part? Say here frame dot default. Oh, here not default, here set default close operation. Set default close operation here. Now it takes some parameter here. So this parameter basically is a constant values. These are all constant values. So this is how do you write? It says integer value. Can you see it's an integer operations. So how do you access this one? JFrame dot, you see these are all the integers. How do you say it's final variables, final? So it's, there are different operations we can see here. It's, what do you want to do when you want to close the frame? What action you want? You want to abort, you want to dispose and close, do nothing and close, like hiding, exit and close. This is important. Exit should exit from the program, or you can have hide on the close. This will hide, because you may need to create multiple frames. So what operations you want to do? Just at this moment I want to go exit and close. So the program will stop here, right? So this is one thing. Let me run the run the file. Yes, now I will look here carefully. It will, program will stop here. Okay, you see, build successful. Now it's closed, right? So this is one thing. And there is another one. It's called frame dot set say frame dot set location, maybe something, set default. Set I have the formula to actually to display the frame in the middle of the when you say here, let me search. See, these are all the methods, right? I just want to search that name. There are too many methods. Content pane, this is you will use this part. Get class. I just want to show that I don't remember the exact name. This is not fully, required, but these are all the methods we can access by the frame. No, it's not this name. You can just go get. But you see, these are all the black bold one. They are mostly used one. Content pane, default close operations, set, transfer, update. All these are used. I'm missing that part here. Here, this part, set location to relative. Now this one you need to just put none, right? This is an option here. So when you run the file now again, it will appear on the center of the screen. It was before appearing on the left of the top left. Now it will appear on, because of this code, set location relative. This is optional. Okay, if you want you can just keep it, otherwise no need. So this is a single frame. This is how you create a frame. Now you can add items here, you can add controls here, because since you're running the program. But basically, this is one way you can create the frame. Another way is create a class, another class. Well, let's say simply class here, that directly can create the class. Class example frame demo, right? On this one you need to create a constructor public frame demo, right? So this is one thing, but you need to add these things. Now you are creating a constructor, you are calling these methods. So you can call this is one way, and this is another way of creating a frame, right? So but you are creating a frame. Now creating a frame, you must extends to have different class JFrame, right? So now let me just example, like let me create control X control V. Okay, now you're calling here, you cannot use this frame method here, just no constructor, no need of this part here. A program will run, it will work here. Now just you need to create an object here, since it is separate program. I assume this is separate program, separate class, and this is another class, right? Save with this name, run the file. Still running here. Okay, close. This is one method. And for example, you want to my form here, you want to set the size. For example, you don't want to provide this title blank, this is blank, right? Now you want to set the size. There is another called set title. Here's the name here, my first frame, my frame. You can just write my frame and semicolon. This will is title here. Now these are these few attributes or methods of frame here. You can say here it's running. Visibility, it's running behind, it's closing automatically. It's nothing to do with this. Okay, sorry, we need to create object of this one. Something happened here. JFrame frame demo, since it is a frame now. Okay, so we need, it's extending the frame. Now this is a frame, now we need to create object of this frame, right? So run the file, now it will work, right? So now you see my frame. Okay, so this is mostly used in program. Okay, uh, or you can just use the same thing, my frame here. All right, so this is one thing also. You can use my frame class, you can use call constructor in the same thing here. You can write clear directly create here also. You can create all these things. Example, copy, control X, control V, no, control C, control V. This part is not necessary, right? Now you say control C, my frame, my frame, my frame. Now this extends JFrame. All done. So most of this is another approach. You can have the single class. This is the main method to run the program. Single class extending the frame, my frame constructor. You're calling all the methods of frame. Visibility, make it true, lazim, and title, to return the title or set the title, set this dimension of the frame, and when you close the frame it will close, exit on close, and set relative to, this is just printing on the center of the screen. So this is the first frame we can create. So this is also one approach, one method to create frame. Either you create separate classes, same classes, the same method. Now for our all examples we are using this method. Okay, you can use this method, any method you can use it. I have the single class because my main our main focus on this one, right? What is our frame? How to create this? This is a common code for every program. This is a common code. Hope it is very clear.